Hey guys, Tom Dudo here, and you're listening to the Crowject.
Walker needs to kick accurately, and he has. Oh, what a lifter for the
excitement machine, McLeod. Left foot goal.
Oh, don't tell me.
He's a superstar.
Don't tell me. Oh,
Bounces straight up. Leaves the path of the ball.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the latest episode of the Crowject podcast. Just before we head around the table, we want to give a shout out to our sponsors off the top in Paymed SA and Trojan Aluminium. Unfortunately, Pilot Pete couldn't be here, but we have all hands on deck. Otherwise, so, Damon.
G'day, mate. How are you?
I'm good. Lleyton, welcome back.
Thank you. How are you going?
I'm great. Benny Mac, good to see you.
Yeah, good to see you.
Elodie,
Hello.
the Queen, is back. She wasn't here last week, but she is glowing
I am
again.
back, yes, always glowing. Back with a vengeance. Oh, no, I don't really have a vengeance.
Yeah, no.
I'm just back to ask you how you are, Cream.
I'm great.
Good.
For the third time. And yeah, shout out to Pilot P. He couldn't be here, but he will be back from next week. Now, before we give a shout out to our Patreons, I'm going to try and speed read them. Elodie, what can you
Yes.
get if you sign up as a Patreon?
You can get access to a whole bunch of stuff on the Patreon website. There's Get Your Crowing episodes. There's probably new ones of those.
Oh, yeah.
Recorded 2 of those just this weekend, and
Yes.
we still have part 2 of the Andrew Bennett interview coming up very,
We do
very soon,
this
which
week on Friday.
Genuinely giddy over
And
that.
Andy was gutted that it wasn't up last week because they were in the Patreon chat.
Shout out to Andy, the most vocal Get Your Crow On fan we have. I mean, he might be the only Get Your Crow On fan we have, but yeah, thanks Andy for paying attention.
He doesn't even listen to the main pod anymore.
No, he's just all about that Geico life. He's just all about it.
And if anybody is a particularly big obscure Crow fan,
Mm.
let us
Giddy
know.
up.
Aren't we all?
Oh yeah. There should
Rumour
be.
has it we're recording more episodes very shortly.
Yeah, correct. So,
Is that a rumor or
yeah,
locked in? Because I got to make plans around getting here. Like, have we got that on the calendar yet, or what?
No,
When you-
another meeting. All
I
right.
love a meeting on
Yeah,
air.
come on.
This is me requesting a meeting on air to know whether or not I should be here.
Taking a meeting on air to request another meeting on air.
Do you know, we're being
Granted.
a bit we're just being a bit obscure about the
Oh,
timing.
I see what you did there. I see what you did.
Hey. Yeah, so that's a thing.
Yeah.
You also get some stuff, don't you? Don't you get some merch?
Yep.
Yes.
Ben, what merch
Yeah.
you get?
Get yourself a stubby holder, a lanyard, a key ring, and a bottle opener.
Nailed
Thank you.
it.
I know.
Beautiful.
Damon and Lleyton,
Mm.
we have special guests next week. Would you like to tease them?
How do we begin to describe these special guests? One of them's in Adelaide, one's in Melbourne, so I think we'll get one, if not both.
Yep.
I've got a firm feeling that they come from the northeast, judging by all the Oban jokes that they make every other week on their. How would you describe it, Lleyton? Their satirical website.
Yeah, the
That's
fake news.
fake news.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sort of South Australia's answer to the Batuta Advocate. I like to describe them as.
Should be
Yep.
interesting.
I hope so. Or else, what's the point of having them on?
I hope it's not boring.
Boy, that's
We'll
hot off
find
the
out.
presses.
Absolutely.
And rumor
Yes.
has it there may be a collaboration.
Yes. There is, and we haven't even had it on the pod yet.
No.
Perfect.
Something is being brewed up behind the scenes.
And you'll all want to get your hands on it.
yes.
Now, just before we get to the Crom merch update, what the collaboration is will have to do with our City to Bay participation.
Yes.
And we are doing that in conjunction with the Pressbox podcast and a
Yep.
number of others that they've put a line out to try and raise money for childhood cancer.
Mhm.
So what's the website? Is it Talk the Talk Now, Walk the Walk, or
Yeah,
something like that?
If you jump on our socials and have a look, we'll make sure that it's up there fresh as of this recording. Definitely jump onto the Pressbox socials as well. They're a great podcast and a great bunch of guys regardless, so give them a look out. Talk the Talk Now, Walk the Walk is the event. All the details on how to donate to the Childhood Cancer Foundation should be found through that link. So dig deep, give generously. And certain targets are being discussed over on the Pressbox at the moment. There are certain
I
bets
did
being
listen
raised.
to that.
yeah.
I'm tempted to dye my hair pink
Ooh!
for the right money.
Ooh!
We can come up with something. You know what? I'll even
$4.
yeah.
That'll do it. That'll cover the hair dye, surely.
What we might do is once we get to a certain amount, we might put a poll. We might put a poll on Twitter and put a number of colours, and whichever colour gets the most votes
will all go into your head.
That's yes.
So you could end up very multicolored.
Yeah, I could be a rainbow.
You could end up looking like Dennis Rodman, peak 99's Dennis Rodman. I like that.
Now, from memory, it's a GoFundMe page.
It sure is. Yeah, set up by Jace over there. So just Google Talk the Talk, now Walk the Walk City Debate, and it'll come up here. Currently a total of $206 raised. So shout out to Jack Hudson and his Hudsonites for raising it.
Don't use every time someone else uses the term Hudsonite, he thinks it's okay to say Hudsonite.
It's absolutely okay. We're all Hudsonites here.
And yet again, thank you to them for the invitation. It's great to be behind a great cause.
Absolutely.
Now, Lleyton, Crom merch update, please.
Yes, we are waiting shipment of beanies, and I think they're coming in this week or next week at some point, and we're going to do a massive Wednesday night live pack-in like we did the other time.
Very loud. I'll turn that down.
So if you want to watch a bunch of people on a Wednesday night looking a bit delirious at each other and packing envelopes, tune in for Wednesday Night Live next week.
Got a show for you.
I found it hard last time to focus on talking as well as packing. I kept on like spacing out and just getting into the zone, and then I was like,
I reckon I'll be the exact opposite. I'll talk the whole time and pack one envelope.
Classic Damon. Classic Wednesday Night Live from you.
And use the code It's Crows Not Crom for 25% off your beanie.
Love it. Now, have we figured out what the next prize is?
No, but if you give us 5 stars, you might win a prize.
That's good enough for me.
We don't know what it is.
No.
But hopefully it's Crows related.
It's a lucky dip, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
So a lucky dip into Lleyton's wardrobe to see what jumper he can give away. But
he does have
a ticket into that.
380, so I mean, you're bound to get one.
It took us about 5 years to get rid of the last one to get that one.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Tell you what, I'll just throw it on the line right now. 5-star review, best comment by, I don't know, we'll set a time on it, wins a black Crom hoodie from Redbubble. I'll throw that out there.
Nice.
Okay. Yep.
Great.
Beautiful. Done.
And if you've already made a review, create more accounts. Keep making reviews.
Spam. Absolutely.
Spam us.
Yeah. We are crooked as hell. We don't care how we get the 5-star reviews. Just do it.
Yeah.
And if you want to listen to the review that won our 2011 Rory Sloan signed Guernsey last week, you can listen to last week's podcast.
Yes.
Yeah, it's the funnier the better.
Yep.
Okay, before we jump into the news, I think the record here is 25.88 seconds for this Patreon list.
Oh, here we go.
So I'm going to try and
hang
beat
on.
this.
Who's timing? You got it?
Yeah, I'm up for it. I'll count you in. We'll go,
I've got a lot of pride on the line here. If he manages to beat my 25.88
I don't like my chances. Did you read all... Or you read first and last
Go
name?
for the first name strategy.
No. If you want
First
this,
name basis.
We'll do 12.55 if he does.
this is like him being wind assisted at the Soul Gift if he just doesn't read the bloody last names. Come on.
I wrote him backwards, Cream.
Elodie, you're next, by the way. Next week, you're
shit.
That'll teach you.
You got me.
All right. I'm ready when you are.
3, 2, 1, go.
Arguably AFL, Cameron Amelia, Frank Milanese, Jacob Pearce, Sharon Cameron, Matty Owen, Giggity Gov, Ethan Thomas, Christy Banish, Harry Nelly, Martin Head, Kim Ryder, Aaron Shearer, Dan Yench, Brendan McGarrigan, James Payne, Caitlin Stevens, Crow Tricolours, Chris Daniel, Sarah James, Adam Cirillo, Joel Katina, Zemanado, Martin Adams, Tom Schultz, Michael Bornholm, Nathan Prime, Caroline Scomar, Lockie Gladsbrook, Andy Munro, Peter Beveridge, Shaheem Marty, Simone McDonald, Aidan Gaines, Jezza Withers, Lachlan, Dan Wellin, Mitchell Lord, Nathan Williams, Jason McKay, Pete Nash, and Matt O'Brien.
Oh, there's controversy.
Oh, there's controversy.
Wow, how's the controversy?
Not really. You're just you've been beaten.
Oh,
With
That's
a
the
time
controversy.
of 23:46.
Oh, boy.
I think
That's
it
not
helped that you
bad.
didn't breathe for the last time.
We'll just wait till Cream wakes up. It's just passed out on the
I am
ground.
feeling a bit dizzy.
Good effort.
God damn it.
I will be honest. I know what your problem was.
Oh, here we go.
You stop on the
Oh,
good.
here's
There was a long
Yes.
pause.
See, that pause after Shaheen. Shaheen, you fuck. You screwed Damon last week.
Damn it. Damn you,
It's like you
Shaheen.
have to leave the pause. It's, you have no
Well,
option.
people are
It's
shouting
not the
good.
same.
People are shouting good no matter what you do. So,
Very true.
no, do you know what? Elodie, you're not doing it next week. I'm going back and I'm getting my crown back.
Yeah.
It's
What are you
happening.
blaming me for?
You know what you did.
I'm sorry.
All right.
But I'm the controversy, apparently.
Now, let's jump into the news. Conveniently, the biggest news of last week was left off of this run sheet.
Yes.
So we will start with that. Lleyton, what have you written in massive writing on your piece of paper?
McKay.
Oh.
That's all. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Yep.
You've got the number 14.
Oh, yes.
We're going to take a photo of it and put it on the socials.
Why?
I don't know. You could have written it any bigger if you tried.
As a teaser for what to expect from tonight's episode.
Yes.
Yes.
So who wants to start?
Ooh.
Are we glad that the right decision was made? Obviously.
Yes.
No, I
Yes.
wanted to see him go for 4 to 5.
Yes.
Teach him a lesson.
You know, we'll get to Steve Hocking's comments.
I prefer Stephen.
Yeah, Stephen. You
When-
fucking
When you're
Cause
mad
in
at someone, you
trouble.
use their full name.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Stephen.
Damien, is that who you
No.
Damien.
Damon is not short for Damien.
Oh.
We'll shorten it, but we'll just take
My
2
bad.
letters out of the middle.
I'm going to lengthen your name. It doesn't need to be lengthened, but I'm going to change it to make it longer. So it's Damien. We've known each other for
I'm very
years.
sorry,
You just call me Damien. Anyway, back to Stephen Gregory Hocking.
My bad. Sorry, Damien.
Wait, hold on. Stop everything. Does that mean we were mad at the Patreons because they used their full names?
No,
Maybe.
they're fine. We appreciate your contribution.
We love them.
Now, are we surprised it took so little to deliberate? Were we expecting longer than an hour for them to go back? I thought it'd take 3 hours to make this decision.
The way
Yeah,
it was being
yeah.
reported on, there was a few people. I think the Triple M boys were saying that this could be a marathon thing. I think actually on the press box, our mate Sam Tugwell and
Yeah,
Jace
I
Kemp,
did listen to that.
they were saying they expected it to go for 6 to 7 hours.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
was just the build up
Order
on
pizza. Yeah.
Fox Footy, yeah.
Do you know, 6-7 hours would be more than anyone's talked about McKay, like overall over his whole
In the
career.
history of his career.
I know,
Yeah, I
yeah.
think most of the Victorian media just found out he exists. And
Yeah.
he's been playing since 2008.
Strapping
I know,
young
right?
Adelaide Crow midfielder. Actually, defender is what they named him
Yeah,
on the
yeah.
Fox Sports coverage.
Well, hang on.
which
In the actual commentary, he was called Duday when he laid the hit.
Yeah, he was.
And now they still can't agree if it's McKay or Mackay, even though for 32 years it's been
yeah.
McKay.
Do we think the fact that it was reported on so much and the noise around it helped McKay in the way that they said, oh, this could be a landmark decision, it could change the game, and the AFL didn't have the balls to make a decision themselves, so they palmed it off to David Neitz and the 2 others, and they didn't want to be the ones responsible for making such a massive decision?
Yeah,
I don't think
probably.
that's not a bad shout, but I think it's got more to do with the fact that he was sent there without a offence to answer. But
Without
ultimately,
charge, yeah.
without charge, ultimately, and this lawyer, who I'm sure we'll get to, because there's going to be things said about some of the stuff that came out in that tribunal hearing.
Oh, we got to read the transcript.
What was his
Oh
name?
my
Andrew
God.
Talbot.
Every word.
Talbot. Every last mistaken word of it. All of that really was for nothing, because at the end of the day, there's not a charge you can make stick if there isn't a charge in front of you.
Mm.
This is what I was ranting about last week. He went to court without an offence to his name.
Wait,
So
are
what
you
they
talking
gonna-
about his representation or the other guy?
No, I'm saying McKay went to the tribunal without
Yeah.
a charge in front of him, so the tribunal really have nothing to charge him with,
Yeah.
don't they? So
Jeff Gleeson tried his hardest.
yeah, he had a crack at it. What was some of the stuff he was going on about, you know, it was unreasonable for Hunter Clark to expect a collision at that point.
I love
on the footy field.
I love the
Loose ball
fact the experts that they brought in, like a biomechanics expert,
Yeah.
and they're asking him why is his foot off the ground? Why is one foot off the ground?
Because he's running.
Yeah. And then why are both of his feet off the ground once he gets hit? Because he got hit and he's airborne.
Yeah.
Like, Jesus
Exactly.
Christ.
He's like 60 kilos. Like, of course he's gonna.
Wringing wet, he's 60 kilos.
I read something during the hearing, and it was like he travelled 10.35 meters to get to the ball.
Yeah.
And Hunter Clark travelled 10.22
Yeah.
meters.
Oh,
Yeah.
there's 10 meters game.
And-
So
he-
we're arguing over.
And you got there 0.004 seconds after Hunter Clark got there.
Yeah. My God.
We're arguing over 13 centimeters.
This is all for nothing if Hunter Clark's jaw doesn't break,
Yes.
isn't it? If Hunter Clark gets up after that collision, we never speak about it again.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Or
Yeah.
what happens
So
if...
Cream's just measuring himself.
Yeah. I'm like, how big is 13 centimeters? No. Moving on. But yeah, if his jaw doesn't get broken, I think it's a completely different story.
Yep.
But also, what happens if McKay also gets injured.
Yeah.
What would happen if it's, I don't know, what happens if Clark's fine, but then
McKay
gets hurt?
Well,
even though it looks like McKay's the one getting second to the ball, does
Yeah.
Hunter Clark then go?
Yeah.
Like,
It's ridiculous.
by the logic of what the AFL sent him to the tribunal for, Hunter Clark would have had to have gone down for hurting McKay. So this is
I was just going to say, it just goes back to that whole thing of it shouldn't be about the outcome. It should be about the incident.
exactly.
And that's what it's about. It's been about the outcome, which is a broken jaw, which
Yeah.
unfortunate, but
Well, let's have a look at like the same weekend. Mumford basically coat hanger someone from behind, and the commentary team laugh at it. But that's more of an intent-filled act. Mummy did that to hurt the bloke.
Yeah.
Toby Green in the same weekend, we were lauding him for that massive torp, which was a massive torp, sweet kid. Also punched a bloke in the balls during the game.
It was a bit.
Yep.
Well, it wasn't much,
It was a punch. Do we need to have this conversation about punches again, Ben? Do I need to threaten to punch everyone at the table again?
Not that again.
The intent was there for him to hurt someone. But because he didn't hit him in the head or get a concussion, we sort of laugh about it and move it on.
But when you use the right technique, you're going for the ball.
Yeah.
You accidentally break someone's jaw.
And when you say it like that, all he did was break someone's jaw. But yeah, no, you're completely right. McKay did everything humanly possible to do a football act and to, put his body low is the other bit. There was no hip on head contact. There was no shoulder on head. It was almost side to side.
Yeah, it wasn't even a bump.
No, everyone kept trying to call it a bump.
It's literally a collision. Like,
yeah, that's it. It's always reminiscent of who was it? Which women's player was it? Was that this year that there was a similar
Noffy.
thing? Where
Noffy
it was
probably the
Yeah.
closest. Yeah.
Yeah.
The
that's
GWS
it.
player.
Yeah, probably the closest thing you can compare it to.
Yeah.
And both of them were the same football collision whereby one player was more bent over than the other.
Yeah.
Okay, well, in breaking news, Crom did fuck all over the weekend.
We didn't lose.
No, if
It's
you
true,
don't
didn't
play,
we?
you can't lose.
Oh, brilliant.
That's about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Alright,
no
thumbs up.
SNFL.
See you next week,
team
guys.
either.
No, but Port did lose down at Alberton
Hey.
to the
Oh.
double blues, so
Let's
get around the double blues.
Yeah.
Next up, we have Beryl and Cecil of the week.
Ben practically ran here tonight to read this out.
Basically, and almost your Beryl and Cecil of the year with a very early call here. I reckon.
contender.
It's right up there. And if my photo gallery would like to load here, we have got another entry from Adelaide Crows Pride the Forum, which is a goldmine for
Isn't
Beryl
it?
and Cecil of the week.
Isn't it?
Richard says, hate this term rebuilding. If you can't produce a competitive team every year, what are you doing? Rebuilding is a poor excuse for a poor performance.
Ooh.
Just
And it's a weird timing to post that during the bye week, isn't
Absolutely,
it? Why?
that must have been rattling around in his head all week.
Yeah.
No, do you know what? I'm saying it.
yeah.
I'm doing it.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
getting
Yeah.
this off my
This
chest.
needs to, it needs to be out there. The
It
people
wa-
need to know.
He woke up. Today's the day.
Yeah.
Like, come on, Maureen. Get the dogs outside. I've got
That's
some
it.
typing to do.
Now, how do I put this on Facebook?
Fire up the smartphone, Maureen. I've got things to say.
Okay. Now, next up, we are going to go. Jesus Christ, this is going quick. Around the grounds.
Hey,
We're going to go around the grounds next, and then we're going to go around the table and give our predictions for a whole bunch of stuff throughout the second half of the year.
Sure.
love it.
It's weird to know what to talk about when Crows don't play.
Yeah, I
I'm
know.
lost.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Come on.
Crom
No.
is life.
Yeah.
No Crom, no life.
Yes. Damon.
Hello.
Start with you. What
Okay.
happened on Friday night? No, I'll tell you what.
It's a very, very
Yeah.
good question. I think I picked this for game of the
Fucking
year.
rubbish.
It's ridiculous. I picked the Bulldogs.
I think, yeah, I did too, honestly. And it was Geelong getting home over the Dogs by 5 points at GMHBAQTXGLMA Stadium.
And it was a good game
As
to watch.
it should have been.
Yeah.
Mm.
But unfortunately, not the result that most of us around the table
No.
wanted.
And the
Aw,
fact
I
that
like
Joel
the Cats.
Selwood got off on
Yep.
both of those incidents, I'm just...
Yeah, with a bit of a
I-
history of
I
Yeah.
don't understand. Like,
And that's another one. There's more
Michael
intent to
Christian's
cause
just
harm.
sucking him off at this point.
Allegedly.
Like, no.
Allegedly. In Cream's opinion.
Yeah.
But I like Gary Rowan though.
Mm.
I'm happy for Gary Rowan.
Yeah.
Do we not? Cream's giving me real dirty looks.
You're the only one here.
Oh, he's a
I
good
get it.
boy. Yeah,
And it's a success story. It's good to see him do
I'm
well.
getting some big.
There's some
head
short
shakes there.
memories around here.
Oh.
Yep. One knows exactly what I'm talking
What
about.
are we both forgetting? What has Gary Rowan done?
So there was a
No,
legend.
we'll talk about it. We'll talk
Oh,
about it.
after
Oh,
then,
I just
okay.
mean on the football field, he's a good boy.
Yeah.
He's overcome some stuff. He's good. He
Yeah.
kicked a goal after the siren. He's the second player to do it for 2 clubs.
After who?
Barry Hall.
Hey!
Well done.
She remembers the
The
stats.
smugness in your
Always.
face when you went
I
after
knew
her.
she knew too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you know me. I love the useless AFL
Yeah, why aren't we
stats
doing
and
a quiz on the bye round?
Okay. Who were the 2 teams that Barry Hall did it for?
everything.
That should be the easy
That should
part.
be
to
the
answer.
easy
That's
part.
the easiest one.
Sydney and the other team that he played
Yes.
for.
Well, he
Yeah.
played for,
Correct.
actually, no, he played for 2 other teams.
Ah.
Hey?
Who did you play for before Sydney? Played in the grand final
St
against
Kilda.
us. Yeah. Who did you play for after Sydney?
Oh, Barry Hall
Yeah.
and Western Bulldogs.
Oh.
Hey.
2 choices.
There you go. Wow, good quiz. I'm doing
And that's the end of this week's quiz.
Forever.
I was a bit confused in that game of why they had like limited crowd, but then all the crowd were like sitting on top of each
Oh,
other.
yeah.
That was
Yeah.
really weird.
That was
Isaac Smith
And then,
go and get that
get
ball.
his own ball.
Yeah.
That was great. But
Is-
why?
Isn't that down to it's a contact tracing thing, isn't it?
I think so. But
So they know exactly who's sitting. But it
Yeah,
makes more
but
sense to
would make more
spread them
sense to-
out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
even
and then
if
you
it's
can
in
still
like
know exactly
clumps,
where
but
they're
like all over the I don't know. I don't really get it. But
Yeah, put them in
whatever.
clumps.
Yeah.
Clumps.
That's
Yeah.
the solution.
One clumps. I don't know if clumps was around.
Yeah. And Eddie Murphy plays
Clumps.
every one of them.
Now, going from one of the best games of the year to one of the worst games of the year.
Just before we do move on to that, is there any team in the AFL who has more after the siren shots that go on wins them
Ah.
in recent years?
Get
How
on
many times
to,
have Geelong
Probably not.
kicked a goal after the siren for the win?
get on to Sir Swamp Thing about that. Lleyton?
What
do you reckon?
He's right here.
The one that comes to mind is the Tom Hawkins one, obviously.
Oh,
Against
yeah.
Hawthorn back
Yeah.
in the day.
No
Yeah, I was
doubt.
gonna say-
255.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
can't think of Geelong losing one. It's like Harry Taylor missed one. I think it was against Bulldogs.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm.
right.
Yeah.
But there,
Yeah.
last year, was it, or the year
Zach
before?
Tui's done it a
against
couple of
Melbourne.
times.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think he's done it twice. He's done it a few times.
Yeah.
Yeah, I reckon.
Oof.
Back to the Bulldogs, they have equal worst record at GMHBA Stadium as we do. Haven't
Yeah,
won
really?
there since 2003.
Wow.
Same year as the Crows.
Ouch.
That's a
Who
good
won
thing.
first?
Oof. Good question. Sir Swamp Thing? Geez, it's a good thing they hardly ever play there then, isn't it? Yeah, no, Gold Coast versus Port. Gold Coast racking up 31 points against Port Adelaide's 81.
Yep.
We called this last week, didn't we? We said this is going to be one of the most unentertaining, insipid games of footy you're ever going to see, and it was.
This is just the way Port plays this year.
Yeah.
Even when they come over here and they play Freo and they play St Kilda, okay, they beat them, but it
Yeah.
just looks average. Everything
Yeah.
about it is average.
Yeah.
It's not even good to watch. And
No,
it's like
it's
they've
just
got-
shit.
they have so many exciting young kids that should be good to watch, and they're just not. I
Yeah.
don't know why.
And if I have to keep hearing from Port fans, oh, we've got injuries. I'm sorry, you've got what, 2 23-year-olds out of your team at the moment?
Oh,
Like,
wow.
yeah, exactly. And
Mm.
you're still beating teams by, what's that, 50 points. And we still think it should have been 110 points, guys, with the list you did have.
Yeah.
Come on, pull your fingers out.
All right. Well, next up we have North Melbourne and Brisbane. Another average game.
Mhm.
Yeah. It was fairly close up until the last quarter, I think.
Yep, that's
Next.
that's the most exciting thing you can say
Moving
about
on.
it.
Yes.
It was close at one point, and then it was not.
Yes.
Next up, GWS beat the shit out of the basket case of the AFL at the moment, in my
Awesome.
opinion.
Who are
Massively.
somehow $1.60
Oh, yeah.
favourites this week.
Yeah,
as well.
don't even get us
How
started.
does that even?
We'll get to that.
Who are they playing next week, though, Cream?
We'll
Who,
find it.
GWS?
Who's gonna?
Hawks.
no, we're talking Carlton. They're playing.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
Carlton.
yeah.
Yeah.
Carlton are playing the Crows, and Crows will win comfortably, but we'll get there. Interesting to note, Carlton seemed to play like 7 minutes of footy. They kicked 5 goals in that 7 minutes, didn't they?
Geez, they look good for
Yeah.
those 7 minutes.
Yeah.
Were they consecutive minutes, or have you added that up over?
No, I think
the
they were
stopwatch
consecutive
going?
minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looked like GWS were really going to blow the game open. They were at 39 points up, I think, just before 3/4 time, and then
Yeah.
it got to within 2 goals or a goal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they're another team where it's kind of like Port, where it's like you should have really put this game to bed a long time ago. This shouldn't have been a contest at any stage.
Yeah.
But you wonder about where GWS are at with their development, where their coach is at. what are they going to look like for the next 2 years? They could seriously fall off a tree after this year.
The glass
Big
will
one.
remain half full forever.
The future is uncertain. That's why it is transparent. But the
Good.
present is wood. It is malleable. We can make it what we want. The past,
Jesus
Graham.
What
Yeah,
is
the
this?
past is stone.
Take
I
a
feel
knee, guys.
set in stone.
I just tuned
Take
out
a
for the
knee.
last like 3 minutes.
I feel
This is-
sorry
Now take a knee.
I feel sorry for David Teague.
Yes.
Yeah.
I just don't think anyone can save Carlton.
No. Well, you think about what he's up against in terms of the board, poor recruitment over 30 years now. I can't remember the last time. You know, they've had.
Oh, they made the grand final in 99.
Can you
Yeah.
smell what the Blues are cooking?
No, I can't.
Well, even their one hope got taken out of the game. That Sam Walsh, my
Yeah.
boy Sam Walsh, he got completely taken out of that game. He got debored, and
Is that a thing now?
he got debored.
I like it. I love it.
But yeah, he's probably like their one shining light. Even he didn't play well.
That's
So
it.
no
They got a-
shining lights, no lights at all.
They
They're
got a
all
lot.
off.
There's a lot of talent in that team, but no one's getting anything out of them.
Yeah.
And last but not least, in another average game.
This was a decent game.
Nah, this was fucking trash. This was so bad.
And
This
it doesn't even
this
count
is
the
one of
reason that it
those-
was in Tasmania.
Yeah, this was one of those games where one of the teams just average as hell, and they just make the game average. Everything about Hawthorn is average. Players are average. Game style is average.
The jumper's average.
Oh,
Below average.
yeah, no, it's just not a fan. Jake Stringer played the only good game he'll play for the rest of the year.
Yep.
And that's about it, I think.
Can I slightly off topic?
Although
here?
they did get the Rising Star nomination.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
Harry
yeah.
Jones. Oh.
Harrison Jones
Yeah.
from Essendon got that tonight.
Yeah, their second Rising Star nomination this year. And then who was the other one? I can't remember.
Nick Cox.
Nick Cox. Yeah.
Great teams have 2 for a
There
year.
you go.
Yes.
Who else would have that? We do.
Ah,
Hey.
I tried to think that.
This was a 1-point game at 3/4 time, though. That's how average
Yeah.
Hawthorn were making
Yeah.
the game.
Mm.
Yeah, right. Drag them down to your level.
So that was the bye round.
Well,
Yes.
can I, before we move on, is this the first time we've had 2 professional AFL games 4 points in Tasmania?
Surely.
One in Hobart, one in Launceston. And
I
then the
think so,
idiot
yeah.
did anyone hear the Gold Coast idiot come out and talk about how it's just, what's his name? Cochrane?
Tony Cochrane.
Cochrane, the
Yeah.
CEO of whatever the Gold Coast, coming
Yeah.
out saying like, oh, Tasmania can't have a team. They're not commercially viable and blah, 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 and rah, rah, rah. And like,
Fucking look at yourself, mate.
look at yourself. Exactly.
Yeah.
You've run that club to a basket case point for 10 years,
Mm.
you know, to the point of getting bailouts.
Have
in the
they ever
draft.
made finals? No.
No.
Gold Coast
No,
has
they
never
fin-
even made
no,
finals.
the
It's
10 years.
9th or 10th, I think, in like 2014.
And the draft concessions they've been given, and they still don't draw crowds, COVID accepting. And then he looks at, you know, a fantastic weekend for Tasmanian footy, and he has the gall to say, like, oh, they don't deserve a team. Get stuffed, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I know you're listening.
Always.
Not anymore. He's not.
No, I've lost a
turning off
listener.
now.
Oh, no.
Before you stop listening, please sign up for Patreon.
Okay. Next up, we have our predictions for the rest of the year. We will start with, we'll go around the table. Who finishes top who will be top at the end of the year? I'll start with Elodie.
Geelong.
Ben.
Geelong.
Lleyton.
Bulldogs.
Bulldogs.
Yep, I'm Bulldogs too. Who will win the Brownlow? Elodie.
Bont.
Do I have to go after her? Yeah, Bontempelli.
Lleyton.
I have no idea.
Who's that?
A three-way tie between Dangerfield and Bont and McRae somehow.
I love that. You know, David McKay's, he can still win it because he didn't get suspended. So.
Oh, that changes everything.
Actually,
Four-way
can we come
tie.
That was going to be the one thing that we stopped him winning the Brownlow this year.
David McKay comes home like a runaway fucking stance. Like 10 best ons in a row to finish the season.
Highest ever winner.
Yeah, David.
I genuinely don't. I was going to say, I had Clayton Oliver at the tip of my tongue, but then I thought, no, he's going to get votes stolen off of him. And then I'll go a tie between, I'm going to change completely, McRae and Petrarca.
Okay, I'm
Tie
also
between
saying
those two.
Bontempelli. Coleman. Yeah.
I believe in Tex. He'll come back.
Ooh.
Oh.
It's only 4 behind.
Oh, I'd have to go off to bed. I'm going to say text too.
See, that's why I knew you were going to agree again. Lleyton.
Tex, hopefully, I guess. No.
I love the commitment.
I don't want to be the odd one out. Tex.
Why? What were you going to say?
Who's the Carlton bloke? But is he?
McKay.
Don't even know his name.
David
No.
McKay.
David McKay.
That's
is
how he
gonna
wins
kick
the
5
Brownlow.
goals a week.
That's how he gets the Brownlow and the Coleman.
14 goals every game.
That'd
3
do
votes.
it. You'd have to give him 3 votes if he kicks 5 in the next game. Oh,
And
love
he'll
it.
run so many Ks.
He'll win the
Yeah.
grand final
Yeah.
sprint as well, I reckon.
Oh, the script is written. I mean, if he kicks bags like that, we might play in the grand final. That sort of form. Harry McKay. I can still see Tex potentially going down with an injury or something for a couple of rounds. McKay kicking a few. I think Walker is closer to the edge than McKay is, if that makes sense.
So you're going with?
McKay. I'll go with McKay.
I'm also going to say Tex.
Good
Nice.
stat on that, actually. I saw on the weekend, even though he missed a game. He's tied first in the league for score involvements with 106.
Who? Texan?
Tex.
Oh, get around
Look
it.
at that.
Tied with Bontempelli and Tom Hawkins.
Could he get All Australian?
Should do.
Yeah,
Tyler
well,
Walker?
he'd be in the team at the moment.
If he
Yeah.
doesn't win the
Yeah.
Coleman, will they put him in the team?
Well, yeah.
He's been that good.
Normally,
You have to.
the best 2 key forwards are centre half and full forward. Are they
Yeah.
not?
Yeah.
So,
Speaking
and
of
you're not
that,
going to put
except
Josh Bruce in there.
They'll find a
yuck.
way.
Speaking of that, except the opposite of that, a fun stat that I saw on the weekend was
That's
that
amazing.
Jared Lyons. Remember our old mate Jared
Oh,
Lyons who played for
yes.
us? He
I
had,
saw this.
yeah,
This
it
is
was
great.
at 36 touches and not a single score
Yeah.
involvement.
Yeah.
Is that what it was? Yeah, yeah.
Amazing.
Boy.
Jeez.
How good is? No, I was gonna say how good is that? How bad? Good? I don't know.
That was just a lot
That's
of
impressive.
No, it is something.
About 3 or 4 times in that game. He must have done the old, give me quick hands around the
Yeah,
pack, and
yeah.
just rotated around the pack and quick hands.
No,
before he
it was
dished it off.
36 hospital handballs.
That's it. But it's all right. I just brought him into my fantasy team this week, and
Yeah.
Rack
it's
'em up.
okay.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
can. He scored 161.
That reminds me, that's another thing that's not on here. I want an update on our fantasy and our footy tipping.
Oh.
All right, I'll get the
I
tips.
think I'm racing to the bottom.
Yeah, no, I still haven't
Cue
done
the sound
that either. It's you and me, like.
Here we go. Oh, is this now or later? Sorry.
Whenever.
Go on.
Whenever.
Oh, all right. Here we go. Oh, yeah. Here we go.
So now or later?
Okay. I got fantasy. I've fallen a spot down to 3rd. Screw you, C Wade, whoever you are. Andy Munro still lives at the top of the
Still
ladder.
lives.
Damn
He
it, Andy
lives.
Munro.
An Elodie fantasy update. I was 763rd overall for last round. That's pretty good.
Good effort.
And what else? I think everything is pretty much the same. You guys are still on the bottom. Sorry.
Who is bottom though?
Bottom is the guy that just joined and then didn't put in a team.
No, he doesn't count. Next.
You.
Oh, we got some
And then,
stiff competition.
Leighton's 14th. There you
No.
go. You can still make from there.
Late run.
I am absolutely barracking for this
14th.
guy that's not updated his team.
Dave McKay
David
style.
McKay.
Oh, yeah, 14.
style.
Love it.
Yeah.
Well, in the tipping, we've got Tommy Schultz has taken a 1-tip lead over Andy Munro, who's consistent in everything, really.
Oh,
Sure.
geez.
Top of the fantasy,
Loves
second in the
it.
tipping.
Oh, mate. Check out his TikTok. He does it all.
Yep.
Absolutely. Well, we had Jack Hudson at the top starting last round, but he only got a 3.
Oh, good.
Pretty much
That was
everyone else in the
worrying.
league had a 5, and he's had a stinker there, really.
Yeah.
So,
Come on, Jacko.
Take that, Hudsonites.
Yeah.
I've got to put my tips in this week. My bad.
And sitting bottom is Lumumba number 5, sitting over here.
So we got Cream
See, I'm
consistently
consistent
bottom
too, yes.
and he consistently top. I love this. You guys
Sec-
work well together.
Second bottom, we got the pilot.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Third bottom, we've got Lleyton.
Oh,
Lovely.
Fifth bottom, we've got Elodie.
Oh,
You
Look
can
at
tell.
us.
You can tell that we don't give a fuck, and we just want one of you to win money. So next
Pretty
year,
much.
when we
Yeah,
do this
yeah.
footy tipping competition, just enter because we're not going to try and take it away from you.
This is
I must have missed
embarrassing.
that
The
memo.
bottom 5 are all people on a football podcast.
We don't do
Who
our
run-
tips.
Who
We do
run the
them-
competition.
We do them live on air.
just because we're on a football podcast, we don't control the results. We don't call the Crows. Yeah, you got to win this week for our footy tipping contest.
My train of thought is if I give my tips over a microphone, I don't have to do it anywhere else.
just
Someone
automatically
should take
puts it
them
in.
for you.
Yeah.
That's all right. I've put the pod on my back. I'm only 2 off the lead here.
Oh,
Hey.
that's right.
14th,
Take us home, Ben.
14th, just to see. We've got Dan J in 14th. Just because we need a 14th update.
Love it. All right. Next up, we have do we think there's going to be any bolters, bolters or divers out of or into the 8? Is there anyone outside the 8 who we think will jump in as it currently stands?
I don't think so.
Crom.
No chance.
Crom.
You're ambitious.
Go Crom.
Could say that.
We are only
2 games out.
2 games out.
Mm.
It's not impossible.
Yeah, but no one will fall out of the top 8.
I think that's more the issue.
I don't know.
Is there a
not
top 9? Where's the top 9? There's 18 teams. Come on.
I'm not convinced West Coast will stay in. They have a tough run of games at home. I think they've got. Hang on, let me pull up who they've got. But it's a tricky run at home. Obviously, you'd bank on them to win most at home, but they have got. Let's load it up.
Jeez, do you want to do it now or later?
Padding.
More padding.
In the meantime, I will tell you that I think that Sydney are going to drop out.
Oh, really?
They've got Port here this week. Then they've got.
Who's going to that game, by the way?
No, I can't.
Might be a few of us in attendance.
Yeah, you know what? Let's do it. Let's get around it. Let's go.
Get the Croms there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm tossing up. Let's go to that. I've got tickets to go see Gary Ablett speak at a pub because I thought it'd be funny at the time.
No, I know which one I'd rather go to.
He's going to like this pub in Paralawi, and I thought it was really funny. So
You're
I
joking.
bought tickets.
Gary Ablett
Yeah.
at a pub.
When you say it like that, it's weird.
How funny is that? So I bought tickets straight away, and then
Jesus
That is
but now I'm
pretty random.
kind of regretting it.
Because you're front row.
So if anyone here wants the tickets, write in.
To Gary Ablett.
Leave us a 5-star review and maybe you can go see Gary Ablett at a pub in Carolina.
But Sydney's next month is Port here. They have the Eagles over in Sydney. Then they have the Bulldogs in Melbourne. Then they have the Giants at Giants Stadium in the Sydney Derby.
Yeah.
And then they have Freo and Essendon, who are
On the
10th
edge.
and 11th. So they play who? They play 2nd, 5th, 7th, 9th, 10th, 11th in the next 6 weeks.
Jesus.
So you're saying swap,
Sydney out.
Swam for Crom.
Swamp. No. Swam for bomb.
Yeah.
It's a bombshell.
I would get behind that too, considering, and it's not by much, but Essendon have the best percentage of all the teams outside the top 8 at the moment.
Is their percentage over 100?
It's 103.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
Ahead of GWS, who's 97.6, and they're only.
What are we?
We are 86.9, which is it's not terrible for 12th spot. Could be a lot worse. And then you've got Carlton, who's at 90%, but sitting way down on 14.
Yeah, can't.
No idea what they're doing. Yeah.
Yeah. So the Eagles run home. They've got the Bulldogs in Perth, Sydney in Sydney, North in Perth, so you win that one. Then they come here to play us.
They'll win that.
St Kilda, they probably win at home
They'll
as well.
win that.
Collingwood at the G.
They win that.
Melbourne.
They'll win that.
Are you trying to prove a point there?
Not as hard as what I thought, but
We waited so long I padded for 4 minutes for that.
but they finish on the Derby and Brisbane in Brisbane. So it's not an easy run
So
home.
what
The
were those?
Derby.
Freo? Oh, no,
They should win, but
they should demolish Freo.
I mean, they've only won the last 13.
Yeah, you're right. It's not even
Jesus.
close anymore. But if they were to lose to Brisbane to finish the season, and who did you say they had?
Melbourne and the Dogs are probably the ones they lose. To be honest, the win last week against Richmond really sort of saved them. If they went down in that game, then you're looking a bit rocky.
The biggest thing is who jumps in, like who puts pressure on, say, an Eagles team. I think it's Essendon. Yeah. Because we're flaky. We'll lose stupid games that we
Of course.
should absolutely win, but that's okay.
No one
for a year
expects
we're
us
in.
to make finals anyway.
No, that's it. Least of all.
If we
us.
finish above 14th, it's a fucking win.
Oh, I'd be ecstatic. I'll be devastated if we don't get a better draft pick. But I think Essendon are the least flaky out of everyone.
Actually,
Yeah.
I've just looked at the draw for Essendon. It's not great.
Oh, God, what do they play? Gold Coast, Fremantle. okay.
Then they're in the Derby.
Read out their draw, and then we're moving on.
All right, they got Melbourne this week.
Yes.
Geelong the week after.
Yes.
Us and North. Just take away those. Don't worry about those. GWS, Sydney.
They can
The
probably
Bulldogs.
win that. They can probably beat Sydney, and they can probably beat the Giants. They're always close games.
They're winnable games.
Yeah.
Winnable.
Yeah.
Then they go to Gold Coast.
They'll win.
Very winnable.
And they go to Collingwood.
Very
Very
well.
winnable. Look at the end of the season 4 wins. Man,
Three of those are automatic losses.
how are you on top of everyone in the tipping competition?
I look at 1 week at a time. I don't look at the future.
Jeez.
Okay.
Well,
All right.
for the record, I think GWS will make it to the 8 because they're the most unpredictable, weird team ever, and they'll
That's-
they'll make top 4 somehow.
Yeah.
Win the last 10 straight.
Yeah.
By
Yeah.
about
We'll
87
all look back
points.
on grand final day and go, hang on, how are the Giants here? How do they make it?
And we'll just be singing Big Big Sound again, and everything will be good.
All right. Last but not least, who do we think is going to go number 1? Do people need time to have a look, or have they studied
Was in number 1 in the draft.
the draft kids?
I will take a look because I have no idea.
Okay.
Hopefully, Crompton.
Kyle Crompton. Now, yeah, shout out to Kyle Crompton from
Yes.
Glenelg. Who was it that sent him into us? Sent a
No
photo of
idea.
him?
It was him. It was Kyle.
Yeah, yeah.
I feel ashamed that we've dropped the ball on this one. There's been a
Yeah.
bloke running around right under our nose. Actually, you two should feel the worst. He plays for your club.
If anyone here knows Kyle Crompton, get him to get in touch with us. We'll give him a Go Crom beanie.
Happily.
It's the least we can do. We'll go down to Gliderol Stadium or whatever it's called. Is it still Gliderol Stadium?
No, I think
Nah, something different.
yeah. AC.
Yeah.
Hisense Arena or something? I don't know.
Nah.
Anyway, we'll go down. We'll go down the bay. We'll give him a beanie.
Beautiful.
Yep. Okay, and I think Nick Dacos is going to get picked to pick one, and Collingwood will bid, and then someone will take your mate.
Yeah, so it's almost semantics
Yes.
because we're basically saying that Horn will go the number 1 pick,
Yes.
but because of a bidding, Dacos will actually go before him. But I think Horn. I don't think North Melbourne will mess around. I think they'll go straight for him. Yep.
Do North Melbourne need mids though?
Who cares? He's too good not to.
North Melbourne need most people.
That's true. North Melbourne will take what they can get.
Absolutely. You and I are going down there for a trial next week at Arden Street, aren't we? Just to see.
Yeah, fucking
just,
oath.
just for a bit of a laugh.
Yep.
Horn is one of these once-in-a-generational talents. He could play as a small half forward if they needed him to. He could play forward pocket if they wanted half back.
I saw the AFL put up a highlight video of him and compare him to Nat Fyfe, and they were like, he can kick goal. He's a goal-kicking midfielder like Nat Fyfe. And all the comments were like, if he kicks goals, he's not like Fyfe.
If he kicks points, then he's more like a dodo.
That's right. If he can get no goal 7 in a game, he's the next Nat Fyfe.
Yes.
But this kid's accurate on the run. He's tough. He's strong. He's number 1 pick written all over him.
And just for the record, people, if you don't know who this is, he plays footy for South Adelaide Seniors, and he has all year. He's been kicking goals left, right, and centre.
He was playing seniors at the end of last year as
Yep.
well. Yeah, kid's ready to go. He'll play round 1 in 2022 for whoever picks him.
Elodie, who do you think?
I have no idea. I don't really. I don't really follow the draft.
Okay.
Can I just say who I think will win the Rising Star?
Yes, go for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he hasn't been nominated yet.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
But I'm
David
really
McKay.
I'm all about Miles Bergman from Port. I don't know why.
You're fucked.
I love him. He's gonna get it.
The
You
Burger
watch.
Man's going to win.
Yeah, watch it. He's better than our Berg. So yeah,
Well, that's not hard.
Jeez. Are you feeling okay?
it's a
The
good
answer.
player.
You heard it here
Miles
first. A hamburger will win the Rising Star Award.
Bergman.
Ben.
I've just picked a random name here, just reading from a fantasy draft. We will go with Josh Rochelle, who is a half forward, goal kicking forward who can push up through the midfield and wins the ball at stoppages. Was awarded the Kevin Shea Medal for best Div 1 player in the under 16s in 2019.
Okay.
Like Nat Fyfe.
And Lleyton.
Yeah, I don't know either. I'm out.
Okay.
I don't follow the draft.
Cream, this is probably more for you and I, mate.
Yeah, no, we're just going to do something separately.
Yep.
Let's get into round 15. But first, we'll touch on our game. First things first. Does anyone come in? Are there any changes?
I can't even remember our team.
Hately, but I don't know who for.
McKay.
Imagine. Imagine.
You got to touch on this because you put a post up and you got smashed.
It was in jest, but I did put a post up when McKay got let off saying, "Oh, like this is great news. Now can we drop him for Hately?" It got a little bit of hate.
I think people were a
Hately
bit
from-
raw, maybe.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah. But to be fair, McKay's played pretty well this year.
That's not bad.
I don't want to see him drop.
I actually kind of like the shout, to be honest. I don't think it's that bad a call.
No, not really.
Yeah.
But yes, anyway, yeah. So we want Haitley to come in for someone else potentially.
I think so. He was by far and away best on ground for the SANFL before the bye.
Yeah. I'll have to remind myself who even played for us.
Do we want to go another tall as well? Do we want to bring Murray back in?
I think so. I don't know who for, but it'd be good to see Murray in.
Yep.
Yeah.
Potentially.
Also, is there an update on Talia? I want him back.
Just
It's been too long.
rip the Band-Aid off now, mate. There'll be no more Talia.
Oh,
Gee.
It brings me no joy in saying that, but I
Aw.
really don't think we're going to see Talia again.
I'll tell the children. Do we think Worrell will get another chance? He was a bit.
He's worth persisting with, though, isn't
Yeah.
he? Like, he's one of those talents that, and the Cairns game is not a good indicator for how he's going to go.
Yeah, that's true.
Does Shoal come away from the injury sub and back into the squad?
It's tough because he hasn't had another game to play, has he, in between?
No, there's
So
been no
it's-
form, yeah.
I don't think he'll stay as injury sub.
No.
I think he'll play game either in the seniors or SNFL.
I'll
Good call.
put it on the line now and say Shoal out for Haitley because I'd rather see Shoal get a run in the twos, have a good break, get a good run in the twos, smash the SANFL, get some McGarry medal votes, and then come back into the team. Yep.
I guess the others you'd think about is like Hamill, Chase, both sort of
Well, Chase
teetering
is,
on the edge that one of them could come out for.
yeah.
I mean, Chase has been. Well, if you look at Twitter, he's been either really good or really bad. I don't know.
He's coming off his worst or best game of the season.
Yeah. There's nothing to work with there, is there? I mean, unless they just flat out drop him for Murray, like drop a halfback, bring in a tall, and just get Seedsman or McKay to play deeper, maybe. I don't know. It's so tough without a game fresh in mind, is it, to sort of know who's out of form and who should be taken out. Cream, any thoughts?
I don't think there's going to be any changes.
Why did you ask then?
I just wanted you guys to talk about changes.
Why don't you just open with that? There'll be no changes.
So is this going to be the first time Eddie Betts plays against the Crows at Adelaide Oval?
Yes.
Is it really?
No,
Oh.
we're at Marvel.
Over, mate.
Games are back in Victoria this
Oh,
week.
yeah. I thought it was
Oh.
Adelaide Oval.
No, you're fine. 2 years in a row, the AFL have just put the blinkers on with this and just decided,
screwed us on that
no, we'll
one.
play it in Melbourne. Why would we go to Adelaide?
Maybe I was just hoping it was going to be.
Oh,
Wait,
with
where
COVID
is
and
the game
everything.
going to be played?
It's at Marvel.
Marvel.
Oh, but
If
is
they-
that
crowds are back.
actually going to happen?
The crowds are back, but if they have to move it, I think the AFL's shown their hand and they'll play it at a neutral venue rather than giving it to the Crows, which
Yep.
Oh.
actually, well, in hindsight, looking at the A-League last night, like Melbourne City played MacArthur at MacArthur's home ground, even though it was Melbourne City's home game final. And I looked at that and thought, that's why you play neutral grounds, because there's an unfair advantage to the team that doesn't deserve the home game. So, yeah, you play at a neutral venue. But it'll probably, with crowds back, it'll probably be at Marvel.
Yeah.
All right, let's go around the table. I want a winner, I want a margin, and I want a leading goal kicker. Damon.
I'll go the Crows by 16 points, leading goal scorer to be Fogg with 3.
Fair.
Lleyton.
I'll go Crows by 38 points. Leading goal kicker, Tex with 12.
I would normally go.
He's under the roof.
Lleyton.
Go overs. You know this.
Can you imagine?
Oh, I know this again.
Can you imagine?
Yeah, I reckon.
You're right. You're right, Benny.
Give me every last bit of the $2.30 that Sportsbet are offering for the Crows
gamble
to
responsibly,
win.
ladies and gentlemen.
Please.
Absolutely responsibly. But the Crows by about 5 goals, I think, and we'll go Tex with 6.
All right. We'll go Crows by 8 points. We'll go Thilthorpe to kick 5 goals over his head.
I love it. Love it.
Nice.
I'll say Crows by 34. I would say Tex, but I rate Wiedering, so I'll go Thilthorpe with 4.
Yep.
Cool.
We're going to cause them problems with Thilthorpe, Fogarty, and
Yeah.
Walker massively. Their backline doesn't run deep enough to cover all 3.
And if Sportsbet want to get in touch with us as to why they've got such a good price on the Crows, let us know.
Yeah. If it's anything other than you don't do your research on non-Victorian clubs, let us know.
And maybe because it is Monday leading to that. We're still a few days away from the game, but that's all right.
Get on the good money early.
Responsibly.
All right, let's go around the grounds for round 15.
Oh, yeah.
First
seems
up,
like-
Elodie. Do you want to get up your pictures? Have
Yeah,
you got-
I've got my pictures.
Okay, all right. Well, read us the first game on Thursday night. If you got-
Okay, I would love to. It seems like there's so many games this round. You know, after the bye rounds, it's just like,
Yeah.
oh, what the hell? How am I gonna? Anyway.
How do they fit this many football games in one weekend?
Exactly. All right, Thursday night football. Love Thursday night football. We have the Brisbane Lions and the Geelong Cats playing at the Gabba. Cream.
Brisbane.
Yeah, Brisbane.
Yeah, I'll go Lions.
Geelong.
I'm going the Cats.
He needs to make some big calls to get himself back in the footy
Yeah.
tipping.
Need to make up those two.
If I were you, I would change that.
At the Gabba.
Yeah.
Huh?
Did it in the final last year.
Yeah, true.
I just think the Cats are on the up.
All right, Ben, read out the next one for us.
We have got Richmond against St Kilda at the MCG on Friday night.
I couldn't care less. What a garbage game for the MCG on a
this
Friday
is
night,
fucking terrible.
isn't it?
I think they originally thought that St Kilda were going to be good this year like they were last year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
So-
you'd expect Richmond being the reigning premiers to be pretty good too.
Yeah.
But
This,
hasn't panned out.
this is the rolling fixture. They could have changed this.
Yeah, they should have
Exactly.
changed it too. This is garbage.
Mind you, the rest of the games in the week aren't that great either.
No.
Although,
Um,
West Coast and Western Bulldogs, I would swap.
Stop spoilers. Stop skipping
Sorry,
ahead.
sorry. Lleyton, you're up first. Who wins?
Tigers.
Oh, which way?
Tigers.
Damien.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
Tigers. Tiggies.
Yeah, Richmond.
Yeah, I'm going Richmond.
Yeah, welcome back, footy in Victoria. What a great game this will be. Richmond by about 10 goals.
Lleyton, who we got next?
We got the Kangas versus the Suns.
In Tasmania again.
Oh.
Yeah. North Melbourne have stayed in Hobart. They played at Blundstone.
They never
last
want
week.
him back in Melbourne. That's what they've done.
Yeah.
Just leave them there.
What did we
Permanently.
say?
Just do
Loser
it.
of that Hawthorn North Melbourne game.
We said-
but they
we
won
said
that.
it.
They won that.
Who cares?
that's
Leave them
right.
there anyway.
Yeah,
you know?
that's right.
Have
They'll be
Hawthorn
right.
left, actually?
Yeah, they have. They've gone.
Yeah, they'll leave this week.
Yep.
They go to Sydney instead.
Who do you reckon, Ben?
That's a tough game. North.
Great. I'm so confused. We keep changing directions.
Yeah, I know.
So Dave's just gone diagonally
That was
across
my
the
bad.
table.
Sorry, yeah.
No.
I just thought you were doing it. That's why I was. No, you
No,
were
we're
just
taking
taking it out.
turns reading the games.
Cream, I
Right.
apologise.
That's all right.
Let's do an
Right the ship,
alphabetical order.
No, it's already complicated enough.
I think that North Melbourne will get it done. Elodie.
I also think North Melbourne will be the winners.
Ben.
Well, I said North already, but
Okay. Lleyton.
I reckon Matt Rao will win.
Against
Against Kangas.
Yeah.
And who do you think is going to win?
I think the Gold Coast.
Okay.
I think they'll bounce back.
All right.
Why did we have to go through that twice? It's the worst game of the round.
Good point. Elodie, who are you tipping for Gold Coast versus North Melbourne?
Jesus
The
Christ.
Suns have this one.
can you imagine?
Damon, you are up next. Who we got?
We got Gold Coast versus North. No, we got Collingwood versus Fremantle at Marvel Stadium. Why is this game at Marvel and not the MCG?
Who knows?
Good point.
Who cares? Go overs.
Big game
Yeah.
Saturday night, that's why.
Yep. Could be a good one, actually. Like, Freo can turn it on when they need to. Who are we going with? Last time I did this, I messed it up.
I will say Collingwood.
Will you say it? Or are you just gonna
Sorry.
croak
Can you
it?
say it?
I'll say Collingwood.
There you go.
I'm going Fremantle.
Well, if
Oh, you would.
I've gotten so many glares from you tonight.
You'll cop another
I feel
one.
attacked.
if Richmond St Kilda didn't provide a great enough welcome back for Victorian footy, we'll go Fremantle actually as well. Yeah,
Yeah, I'll go Freo.
You would too.
That's Collingwood.
Hey!
Yeah. Collingwood under the roof.
All right, next up we got Port and Sydney. We will be at this game. Make sure you get down and support them in your Crom beanies. And by support them, I mean hang shit on them. Who do we have? Elodie.
Miles Bergman. No,
Yes.
I'm going Port. I've got the face palm now. It's been
Cream is just
upgraded.
over you right now. He's done.
Ben.
officially I'll go Port, but just for the bants for us in the cheer squad with the Sydney cheer squad. Let's go Sydney.
Yeah, Swan.
Yeah, up the Swamp.
Up the swarm. Elodie, we're back around to you.
Oh, hello. We've got.
Hello, Governor.
Hello, love. Where was this
This
week,
is what happens on a bye week.
Yeah.
Crows, this is your fault.
We don't know what's going on.
I'm so lost. All right, we have the Essendon Bombers versus the Melbourne Demons. This game is being played at the MCG. What do you think, Ben?
Finally, Melbourne get a good game. Melbourne to win.
Yeah, Melbourne.
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 Was that the soundbite or was that you?
It was scarily close, wasn't it?
I sound like myself. No.
All right. Benny, you're up.
First game Sunday. We've got GWS against Hawthorn at Giants Stadium. Lleyton, who you got?
Hawks, because I still don't trust Giants at round 15.
No, it'll be Giants at home, but I tell you what you mean, though.
Yeah.
It would not shock me if it goes the other way.
Why are all the games so shit? It seems like every fixture I look at is just a shit game.
Yeah.
It's like there's only 3 good teams in the competition.
'Cause
and the
there
rest of
are
the
only
teams
3 good
just
teams.
fucking suck.
Yeah.
GWS.
Do you want to go back to the Gold Coast and North Melbourne game? Would that make you happy?
No. I'll happily take us back there.
I'm going to go, GWS
Yeah, Giant.
to belt them.
Mediocre
Built.
sound.
All right, Lleyton, with the game of the round, who we got?
Battle of the West teams.
This was
Dogs v
probably
Eagles.
one of the games of the year earlier on in Melbourne when they played.
But it's the Optus.
Okay.
That'll make it even better.
Damon, who you got?
God. Bulldogs. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, I thought real hard about that and then gave no reason. I was just thinking, can the Bulldogs win in Perth? But they need to bounce back after the loss against Geelong. West Coast are flaky. Ben's got a theory about them falling out of the 8, which I still don't subscribe to. But
I think you're overthinking it
yeah,
more
I'm
than the teams are.
Yeah, you're right. West Coast.
I will say, see, for me, it depends on Aaron Norton. But
What's he doing?
I don't know. He fucked his ribs up at half time.
Oh, okay.
But I'll say Bulldogs.
I'll go Bulldogs.
Despite my theory, the Eagles.
Yeah, I'll go Eagles, and this is definitely the last time we're handing around the.
Yeah, that's it. That's the last game.
Man, put it in reverse.
Yep.
Jeez.
All right. And that is about it, I think.
I've got a
Yes.
Golden Toot nomination.
That's right.
Do it.
My apologies. It wasn't on the run sheet. Where's the music?
All right, I think we've let that, we've let that
We're
go
just
long
enjoying
enough.
that.
This week it's going to go to David King purely for a comment that he made during one of the games. I can't remember which game it was, but after he was up and about last week about protecting the head, yada, yada, against David McKay, he made a comment talking about how he loves a player, and I can't remember for the life of me who it was, but how when they tackle the other players, their intent is to hurt them.
Well done.
He was like, he's a great kick. He runs a lot. And when he tackles his opposition, you know he's just trying to hurt them when he does it.
Oh,
Okay.
God.
Where's the consistency?
Exactly. Second he goes for the head, though, he'll ride him off completely.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. It was the most awkward thing watching him defend his stance during Fox Footy's discussion during the DMAC trial. I don't know if anyone saw this, but it had like John O'Brien, Dunstall, Jared Waitley, and David King. Like he was sort of sat on the other side of the table to the other 3. So they're all just sort of staring him down. Like basically, go on, defend it. Like throw the book at David McKay. And he's going, oh, look, it's an interesting case because who knows how it'll go. And Jonathan Brown's like, I know exactly how it'll go. It'll get thrown out. You know, just really forcing him to defend his position. And he couldn't. Flaky as hell.
Mm.
Yep. Good nomination.
Yeah. I just heard it and I couldn't believe it after how just how hard he was going at David McKay last week for a footy collision.
Yep.
And he goes, tackling players to hurt them. Great stuff.
Well done. Unbelievable.
And on that note, I think that just about wraps it up.
Yes.
This has been the most lackluster pod
Oh,
I think we've ever done. In terms
don't
of,
say that.
Wow.
Did you not hear the part about Gold Coast, North Melbourne?
in terms of content,
We're out of it.
minimal.
okay, well, I'm glad you're saying this at the end, and we're not titling the pod Lackluster Pod, are we?
No.
Because Elodie put on a British accent. Ben had a theory which turned out to be
Come on.
garbage.
And I went
Lleyton-
against
It was a
it.
thing.
Lleyton is Sir Swamp Thing. Like, what more do you want?
Are you actually Sir Swamp Thing? I didn't think so.
That's not a no.
Yes.
Not a no. Yes. Love
But
it.
yeah, no. Make sure you get around the Crowies on the weekend. Who have we got in the SANFL? Does anyone know?
Give
No
me a
chance.
balance.
I don't know, but
wow.
we are playing away.
in red.
Yes.
We'll play in a red jumper.
Let me
Come
just load up the
on.
fixture here.
While we're padding for
Ah.
Ben, let's get around the Queenstown Crows Football Club as
Oh,
well. I know
yes.
you all want to know about
Yes.
the Crom on their mighty gravel oval. No surprise,
The
they won,
Grovel?
they won at home at the Grovel again. 'Cause
Hey!
no one wants to play on gravel. Queenstown Crows won 14-18, 102.
Mm.
Got to get, bad kicking, bad footy.
Mhm.
Not in this case. They beat Natone 10 goals, 5-65. So up the Crowies.
Bit of a contest compared to last game.
Oh,
Yeah.
massively.
Yeah.
Yeah, the other team actually turned up in the bus, I reckon.
And the SANFL Crows are heading to Hyacinth Stadium, or Richmond as it's better known, to face the Bloods.
Hey.
Oh, yeah.
Tough game, that. No, it won't be. We'll belt them.
All right, we'll get
Yeah,
behind
look-
the Crows either way. I want to give a shout out to our sponsors on the way out, as always, in PainMed SA and Trojan Aluminium. Also, a shout out to our friends at the Press Box podcast. Make sure to check out their GoFundMe page to raise well-needed funds for childhood cancer through our walk or run. Have we decided what we're doing?
Oh, Jesus, I'm walking.
I won't be running.
No way known.
If we raise enough money, I'll dye my hair. And that's about it.
Fantastic.
Elodie, Queen.
Thank you, Cream. Hope you're well.
Okay.
The last I roll for the night.
Cream is so done with this recording.
Ben.
Thank you. I hope you've had a lovely night.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Lleyton.
Thank you.
Damon.
Gold Coast playing North Melbourne.
Go, Crows.
Go Crom.